So usually when I'm walking down, like I said, I've already brought everything down on the boat. If I'm bringing ice, that's going to go in the cooler in the back. Just got to make sure there's no water sitting in it, so I usually have to drain it if I've had an old bag of ice that's melted. So we do make sure the cooler is straight. Put all of our cold goods inside, especially our drinks. What I want to do first is make sure the boat has power. That back switch there, I have 2 batteries. Usually I turn it to 2, but because I'm sitting out here, I have it at 1 because I do have some auxiliary items running right now. But I make sure I turn it on, and as you can see, the motor is trimmed up. So what I will do before you start it up, you want to make sure you trim your motor all the way down in the water. And then I don't have my boat key here, but you want to make sure you have your safety lanyard, your kill switch engaged. Otherwise, you won't be able to start your boat up. Learned that the hard way sometimes. I'm like wondering why the boat won't start up. It's because I'm missing the kill switch. So just something you want to make sure you have. Don't leave without it, otherwise you're staying wherever you're at. So I make sure I get my GPS on. If I want to listen to some music, get that powered on. And then because I have a trolling motor, if I'm fishing, my breaker switch is down here, right there. So I gotta make sure I switch that back on. And then I will make sure to power on the trolling motor. Again, this is if I'm fishing. Otherwise, I don't worry about that particular step. And then I do have to charge the trolling motor whether I'm using it or not. So I will take the extension cord off, get it rolled back up, and put it at the pedestal here. And then before I do any type of untying or flipping fenders in, I make sure I have all my life jackets, which I keep them all up here in this tea bag. And then I have my life jacket up front. You also want to make sure you have all the life jackets for the amount of passengers that you're going to have on your boat. I have my required throwable right there. And then really it's just about making sure everyone is safely on board, they're comfortable, and once I can confirm everybody's good, I will usually uncleat or remove my dock line, my front dock line here. And I don't bring my dock lines with me. I do keep extra ones on the boat, so it just makes it easier when I'm coming back into the slip. I can grab them, get my stuff tied back up without having to do any type of extra tying. But I will do this one first, or if someone is up front, they can help out with that. I then will remove this one here, and then I get the back one, and then we're putting it in reverse, and we are heading out. Again, nothing much to it. Most of the things that I need for as far as like safety requirements that the Coast Guard requires I have on my vessel, I already have on the boat, so I don't take that off. As far as like fire extinguisher, flares. Again, I have enough life jackets on board. It only gets a little tricky when there are kids, which I'd have plenty of kid life jackets that I can bring with me. But that's really it. And then once I'm safely outside of the slip, I then usually flip my fenders in. Sometimes I'll get halfway down the water, possibly on plane, before I realize my fenders are out, looking goofy, and then I'll stop and get them flipped in. But that's really it with regards to just getting myself out of here and having a great time on the water. So hopefully you found this helpful. Again, I thought there's plenty of people that don't know this when it comes to boating. So I just want to share what I do for my boat. Some things may not apply to you, but hopefully you found this helpful. And if you do, please do me a favor. Hit that like button. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. And I will look to do another another video about my routine when I'm coming back in and getting the boat all cleaned up and flush and getting everything off the deck so that I can use it for the next time. But until then, thanks for watching, and I'll see you the next time I'm on the water.